180-year-old startup. This stone was laid on the turn of the last century.
Sir, are these R.K. Lakshman's illustrations?
Absolutely. I still fondly remember that photograph he gave of Common Man, which he had drawn with my name on it.
The legendary Common Man.
Which he had given with my name written on it. I still cherish the memory, and it's my prized possession even till date. We all miss him.
So I also see a lot of colourful pictures all around here. I see pictures of some landmark moments that you've covered in the past. Would you like to talk a little bit about this lively space that you have out here?
Absolutely. You can see on the top the headlines of Mahatma Gandhi's assassination at Delhi, and some of the headlines, the India proclaimed Democratic Republic. This is all where history is created.
I'd love to check out what your editorial meeting looks like.
I think there's editorial meeting going on. Since you are here, Arman, let me make a request to Vikas, our editor. Check with him there. He will allow you to get into the editorial room.
How do you go about prioritizing your news?
There are various factors that you consider. One, of course, is just the newsiness. There are some obvious stories that will be the big news of the day. But equally, I think we always look out for stories that are inspiring or empowering, or that are very relevant to readers. Finally, I think it's a bit like assembling a thali. You want to have a little bit to cater to every taste, and you want it to be as rounded a product as possible.
What's the process that you personally follow while deciding?
So headlines is, I think, something that you spend your life doing, and you never master it. You're always a student. But I think some of the greatest headlines have come out of TOI, some memorable ones that went on to become movie titles as well. Like, No One Killed Jessica Lal, which was originally a TOI headline before it became a movie. We could have 30, 40 headlines on the same subject, and all of them will be pretty good. So you finally sort of narrow down and say, okay, this is the one. I think that's one of the things, especially in today's context, where much of the news is already known by the time you come out next morning. I need to give them something different. The flavor, but also something hopefully that will bring a little smile to the face without being too gimmicky. I mean, I could go on for hours, but I think it might be interesting for you to actually talk to one of our reporters.
As a reporter, how do you ensure that every single information that you put out is accurate?
So first of all, I think the first challenge is your story new? Is it different? Is it the first time that this is being reported? Has it been done before? So that's the first thing, the first check that I'll undertake. Most of the time, what I would do is speak to more than one source. So I'd cross-check. I would check a name and designation 10 times. Because once it's wrong, it's difficult to take it back. Unlike television, it's out there in cold print and you can't change it.
What's been one of the crazy or rather hilarious experiences that you've had with some of your sources?
So I've had strange experiences of the source calling me up and saying, I can't meet you in the office, you don't know who I am, so meet me at such and such place under such and such statue. It's like a Hindi movie.
Now that we have seen, and I hope we have managed to give you a broad understanding of how the paper is created, so we can go to the press and take it from there, Arman. Would you be interested?
Looking forward to waking up at 2 a.m. in the morning?
Yes, absolutely.
This is my first time at a printing press actually.
You will absolutely love this. Arman, this is one of our largest printing centers. We print about 11 lakh copies per day.
Wow.
Which is about 200 lakh pages per day. The mail room and inserters are integral to the whole printing process. As you can see, the supplements are inserted in the main paper. The bundles are sorted, labeled, and now they are ready for dispatch. And individual bundles of the newspapers are made. So Arman, now for the last mile. Now it's time to deliver some copies. When people wake up in an hour from now, they will wake up to their most favorite newspaper, the Times of India. The very fact that the newspaper is delivered to you every single day, and when you wake up to the newspaper, the fact that the newspaper has been delivered to your house is reassuring that everything is normal in the city.
According to you, what would be the number one challenge that TOI is trying to solve for its readers?
See, Arman, in a cluttered digital world where there's a deluge of flow of news, what the readers want is curated, credible, and authentic source of news. Whether you have all the time to shift to the digital deluge or just 30 minutes of your precious morning time to understand what is really important for you. And that's the pain point we are solving for our readers.
So in today's digital era, where everyone is consuming stuff at the click of their button, including me, like I'm a Gen Z. So what are some of the things that you at TOI do to engage with the young Indians of the country?
There are two kinds of content which is consumed. One I call the frivolous entertaining. The second is much more serious but at the same enriching content. So we are all about the enriching content. We are also doing a lot of new things. For example, Times Techies, Times of a Better India. And the content has to be contextualized to the need states of Gen Z.
Where do you think TOI is headed in the next few years?
Armand, if you see each of the mediums, real tangible value of a product comes much more from print. Whether you trust the news or trust the product being advertised, how do you ascribe value comes from the power of the printed word. And obviously, as I said, contextualize our content, introducing new sections, new content, addressing the pain point of the digital deluge of information, the menace of fake news. And this is how we have to constantly continuously evolve, because print, it is the last and final word on the most authentic and credible source of news.